I mean, it's just like any other game. You know what I mean? Obviously, we played here. We know it. We know the environment and everything like that. So that's a little bit of an edge. You know what I mean? But it's a new game. One game at a time. So we're looking at it like that.
How far has this team come since that game against Georgia Tech to now?
We progressed. Every game we get better. It's kind of the mindset, and I really think we have. So I'm proud of us. I'm happy with what we've done, and I'm just excited for sure. Good. No. I call myself a really realistic guy. Like I know, like I never even dreamed about being in this position. I didn't even ever thought I'd be in this position until after like the Duke game last year. Again, like I said, like in high school, like when I first went to high school, I thought it'd be cool to play on varsity. When I was on varsity, I thought it'd be cool to get an offer. And then when I came here, I just thought it'd be cool to get on the field. You know what I mean? I didn't come with any expectations outside of really getting an education, just working hard. So it's no, I did not think I'd be in this position at all.
When Coach Kelly assessed the staff and recruited, did you think like, oh man, he really doesn't? I mean, like, how did that hit you? Because the idea was that he couldn't win a national championship. So like, how did that hit you?
So obviously it sucks, it's bad for any head coach to leave. But at the same time, like I mean, obviously, first person I called my dad. My dad's like, that sucks, but I mean, it's part of it. You know what I mean? So there's no fault. It's a business. You know what I mean? There's no fault in coaches leave all the time. It's unfortunate, not great, but at the same time, like it's part of the business.
But did you think it was a reflection on the program, the guys in the locker room? Maybe he didn't feel like he didn't think that.
I wish I could tell you something different. All I know is after he left, we all stuck together. It was a very big point of like, hey, like no matter who comes in, no matter who's going to be our coach, like we're still going to be the same team. You know what I mean? So, yep.
How did the program evolve?
I mean the culture for sure. It was a very team mentality and team including the coaching staff. So yeah, like team including the coaching staff. Kelly was a great coach, but everybody's got different coaching styles. You know what I mean? Freeman's very personal and like player focused. You know what I mean? And Kelly was more of like a strategist. So, but Coach Freeman's like a player's coach, so it's starts with him first. Again, somebody could obviously mess up, and it could definitely 100% not be his fault. And he's like, you know what, I did something to allow that to know what I mean. So we're happy we have him for sure.
What was the moment, or what time did you sort of realize that we got the right guys?
Well, because we all liked Coach Freeman obviously before, and then when this came out, like I remember like it was hectic, and immediately everybody's like, "Why doesn't Freeman just be head coach?" And everybody's like, "Oh yeah," and then like immediately everybody like agreed. Everybody's like, "Well," and then we were like talking about it, and then somebody of authority and asked somebody else of authority on the team, and they were like, "We want Coach Freeman to be head coach," and they listened to the players, which we're happy about for sure.
The players, even going into the process, there's these players that we wanted.
Yeah, for sure.
So, what do you think is sort of enabled this program in his 3 years now to get to this position?
He's got the mentality of just keep pushing. You know what I mean? It's tough for any head coach to take a job at a big university like this one and to build a culture around it. It's a big university, you know what I mean? A lot of expectations, a lot of people like breathing down your neck, just telling you what you can, can't do, what you shouldn't do. But he's done a fantastic job to get us to this point for sure.
Do you think the administration was going to listen when you said we should hire this guy?
Yeah, I thought they were. I mean, again, like it's not a controversial pick by any means. I mean, Coach Freeman's a great guy, and we all love him. So. I'm good.
So just a quick question.
Growing up, my dad was very big on you can kind of play what you want. But if you do something, just make sure you're good at it. And I said I wanted to play football, and he supported me for sure. And yeah, no, he's the first person I call after games and the last person I call going into games. You know what I mean? So he's been there every step of the way, football wise. Making sure that like doing drills with me, helping me watch film, making sure what I can do better, what I shouldn't be doing, and everything like that. So I'm definitely happy to have him.
That's awesome. I love that. What has been your favorite play this season?
This season, probably the drive. I think it was Stanford where I had like 2 sacks in a row, which. Not gonna lie, completely by accident, I started pushing the pocket, and the quarterback just wound up right in front of me. Like, oh, finally! But that was fun. If that's me personally, but for everybody else, I think it was what was it? It was I think it was a kickoff return a couple of games ago for a touchdown or something like that, or a punt return for a touchdown. So that was also really cool. So it was against Georgia, so that was also really cool.
And last question. So, some of them from, just what is your message to your young fans?
Just enjoy yourself. God, country, Notre Dame. And for anybody that's in my position, for being undersized D tackle, for being told that again, Notre Dame took a chance on me, and I'm never gonna forget that. But a lot of schools said they just weren't gonna take a chance on me because of my size. So if you're out there and you're playing at my position and you're small, like just keep pushing, because I guarantee you the way you play is gonna outshine the size that you are. I promise you that.
Thank you so much for your time.
Howard, what's it facing your offense this balance?
It's gonna be very corny, but it's really just to play technique sound football. You know what I mean? Come off the ball, stay low, use your hands, be in your gap. If we do because the teams that they've lost to, it's just specifically been they play to their standard. You know what I mean? They don't make any mistakes. They have every gap full, so it's really just be as perfect as you can for this game. Yeah, but again, I really do think it's more of just play technique sound football. No, if nobody makes mistakes and everybody does the technique that they've been taught, then I think that we're gonna have a good game. Sure.
You just press it as hard as you can.
Do I just do it now?
Pretty good. Thank you. We talked about your size earlier. Question. How do you hide your size?
From what I've heard, it's natural leverage. A lot of guys who are larger than me have to get to a certain height to play at a certain level, but I'm just naturally a little smaller, even though when I tell all my friends, like, why you're not short, but on the field I'm short. But yeah, natural leverage is definitely something that I have, and as I've noticed, some offensive linemen try to stop me with that. So they're a bunch of very big, talented guys. You know what I mean? But like I said before, just technique and playing your gap will for sure, most certainly, make us have a better day. It's very technique sound, and it's like a chess match basically. Like, dudes got like backup plans, or like if you don't have the gap, somebody else has the gap. If that person doesn't have, somebody else has the gaps. That person, like, it's like basically being a piece in a chess match is the way I view it. Basically, it's like all the stunts, like you stunt and somebody else in your position, somebody else takes their spot. It's kind of crazy if you really just see it from like a bird's eye point of view, but it's like playing in a chess match basically. It's crazy. I've never really been in this sort of defense before. And again, I love it, but it's just like, it's just crazy. Just again, like there's somebody for something for some. It's like there's a backup plan for a backup plan for a backup plan. So. It just comes from the mentality of our program, especially the defense. I've said it before, but like if there's something bad happens, like a pick or a fumble, or they make a lucky play and it's a red zone, before we go out, Coach Golden always says the same thing: we got them right where we want them. Even if they're like 2 yards from a touchdown, we got them right where we want them, and that's the real mentality. No matter where we are on the field, what situation, like that's what we're going out with. It was for sure probably the New York Yankees game to hype us up. He was getting a lot of Sopranos, a lot of Meadowlands, Hoboken, talking about like, yeah, we're gonna pop their kneecaps and like, you know what I mean. It's a lot of fun for sure. It's awesome. You know what I mean? A coach of that caliber being able to, get a hold of us and just morph us around like what it means to be a great defense, and we all for sure see that to a T for sure. Sorry, what did you say? My favorite purchase? I don't really know if I got that much NIL money. No, I'm very big on experiences. You know what I mean? I like visiting family and everything. I got to visit, I guess, my cousins in Seattle. I've never been to Seattle. Seattle's actually a really nice city. It's very out of the way. Kind of thought it was, I grew up with a twin sister, so I saw a lot of Twilight movies. So I don't know. That was like a little dark and scary a little bit in the forest, but it's a nice city, so that was kind of cool. Commissioner of the sport. I would probably say just like a little less like. I feel like players should be able to. This is the hot topic, but I feel like players should be able to express themselves. I guess with like celebration, like we watched like Coach Freeman has these things called Well Better Learn or something like that before on Fridays, and it's really just plays or something like that where dudes will do something stupid on the NFL or the college. It's like, hey, make sure you don't do this. And more often than not, it's like celebrations or something really, really, really dumb that really, like, I think one time, like, one dude just got up and just, like, flexed and he got a flag or something like that. So I think players should be able to, like, express themselves, you know what I mean, when they make a play or something like that. It's been a roller coaster for sure, but it's a playoffs. You know what I mean? It's we stay grounded, and he helps it. The Coach Freeman helps us stay grounded by saying, like, hey, this isn't just like think of this like this. Obviously, it's a college football playoffs, a national championship game. It's great, but like it's literally any other game. We have the same week. We practice the same. We're preparing the same. We have the same mindset going into the game. Like this, we're not going to make this bigger than it usually is. Again, national championship, it's the game. But, like, in order to have success, like, we can't let the lights, like, blind us. You know what I mean? It's just like every other game. Jack has been routinely one of the smartest people that I know. He's the head of the defense, for sure, in terms of just, like, directing everything that we do. Seeing everything. More often than not, when the D-line's trying to figure something out or in practice or meetings, it's the same answer. Just wait for Jack to tell you what to do. And it's always funny just to have that answer. But I mean, that's a real answer though. Like we know when Jack tells us to do something, it's always right. So yes, sir. That's it. I'm sorry. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, ready for this? I don't know where that came from. I never played wrestling in my life. No, because I keep seeing that, and everybody's like, yeah, he's a state championship wrestler. I'm like, I don't know where this came from. I mean, yeah, any senior has, but I have my own preparations as well as anybody else in my position. Mine's a little bit different considering I have like a couple weeks to prepare, and most people have had about 2 months. So it's gonna be exciting. But for right now, ooh puppy. But for right now, take care of business first. You know what I mean?
This one, do you visualize success? And do you imagine that moment would be like holding that trophy?
Anybody has. Anybody in this building has, as well as the other team. You know what I mean? It just really is just that. As much as we want to like dream that, and everybody has, believe me, and everybody is currently probably now, but you gotta do a lot of things before you get that trophy.
Since the wrestling stories out there, real or fake, it seems like a championship belt always finds its way into those celebrations. Will you embrace that as well if it happens?
Oh, of course. Thank you. I don't know where that came from.
People just keep sharing that.
Just making sure the team tenacity and the defense all season long. Just what you can say about how demoralizing that can be for an offense to try and get going against.
Again, all we hear is like what is it? Like oh my God, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. But like you said, it is. It's a really big factor. You know what I mean? Momentum. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for. But like momentum is like a real thing. Way more of a thing than people actually realize. You know what I mean? If offense gets going, and like they really get going, it's hard to stop. But if you have a play or something like that, like say an offense drives, I don't know, like has like 3 or 4 first downs in a row, and then you bat a ball down or someone picks it off, it's over. Like the momentum is done, and then they have to start over the momentum again. So it is really demoralizing to have a momentum killer for sure. He's a good quarterback, and personally, for me, in all my years of playing, I think he's probably like one of the best traits a quarterback can have, which is no matter who's in the pocket or who's about to hit you, you're still going to make a throw for like 40 yards. So personally, I think that's like one of if not the best trait for a quarterback to have. Annoying for me and the defense, but like a great trait for him to have. So that's going to present a challenge for us. Yeah, we have. Obviously, we practiced it, but it's not like anything we haven't done before. We played big quarterbacks. It's the same preparation every single week. Just make sure you get 2 hands on, make sure you wrap and roll, because again, he is a big quarterback. It's gonna be hard to tackle, but we're prepared for it. Yeah, we did. So. It was one of the freshmen, I think.
What is Drake brought to the defense this year from a rotational spot last year into a position this year?
Drake is for sure full of tenacity. That's our thing. Anytime you see like a Drake highlight, it's literally just him running at full speed, no matter who's in front of him, and then just lowering his shoulder. No matter if it's an offensive lineman, or running back, or a tight end, it's always fun to watch. But he definitely is like a symbol of what we want our tenacity on defense to be.
My introduction to Drake, he was a sophomore in high school, and he depleted someone in a ran over and scored. And so kind of from there, I was like, okay, the kind of physicality is different. And so what was like when this gets to a real moment for you? Do you remember that?
I don't remember what game it was, but I do remember a game of him running. It was this. I don't know if it was this season or something. I knew he was a great dude, but like it was specifically during a game this season where like he cut through the line. It may have been it was Texas A&M, I think, where he cut through the line and like toppled one of the running back. No, he toppled one of like. I do remember actually. He ran through the line and like lowered his shoulder and blew up an offensive lineman, and he hit him so hard the offensive lineman like fell back and like fell on top of the running back that had the ball. It was like a crazy play. But that like kind of set the tone of like who he was for sure. Good. It would mean a lot, you know what I mean? A dream come true. Obviously, as a kid, you know, being allowed in those spaces and seeing those dudes and seeing just like, oh, this is like larger than life guys, you know what I mean? Just like dudes who I couldn't even comprehend like being anywhere near just like who they were, and now I possibly have a chance, and that's still hasn't registered with me yet. But I don't know, it's a dream come true for sure. Thank you.
Just because you can feel for people that have played this many games and this point in the season, it's, no one ever tells you what history done what you guys did.
Yeah, I mean, I say it a lot, but like anybody that says that they're 100% that's been playing is lying. They're lying to you. Let's be real here. Offense, defense, Ohio State, like anybody, like they're lying. Especially this long, like nobody, including Ohio State or any of the teams that has played this long. You know what I mean? It's uncharted territory for everybody. But you know, like you just got to keep pushing. You know what I mean? At this point, it's just who lasts longer. You know what I mean? We have a really good mentality of just pushing through it.
I know you guys do a lot of monitoring and various search. Do you ever look at your numbers? Or do you just go with what they tell you?
Not really. I kind of just go with at this point of the season. It's like I know I'm going to be shot regardless. I'm not going to be annoyed by whatever's on the screen or like shocked if it's low numbers or not. You just got to keep going at this point.
What are you going to do after the season?
I mean, anybody in my position, just train and just pray, and make it to the next level. No, that's something that I was trying to figure out currently. But you know what? Got to take care of business first, then we can figure that out after. Yep. It means a lot. Obviously, I've been around the year I started was the year after they went to the playoffs where they lost to Clemson. Yeah, they lost to Clemson, and then my sophomore year was when we played Alabama in the playoffs. We didn't make it, but we actually made it, and we've beaten teams that would have been national championship caliber teams. So it means a lot, obviously for me, but for the program, it just like for the program, for like the Notre Dame community, it just means that we've progressed as a school and as a program, and I'm just really, really happy and grateful for that for sure.
Final question here.
I think it's kind of hard to pinpoint. I kind of say Kelly was like a strategist. You know what I mean? He knew I'll tell you what, he wasn't a players coach, but he knew how to make a great team. He knew how to surround himself with great coaches and everything like that. But Freeman's a players coach. You know what I mean? He puts himself last, kind of, on and off the field. If anything happens, he puts himself first in terms of, like, again, it could be something crazy, like somebody just straight up dropped the ball or something like that. But he's like, you know what? He looks immediately like, okay, I somehow allowed that to happen. And he lets us know that. And not like in like a mean way. He's like, I need to work on something to make sure that doesn't happen again. And he's the head coach. It's not, again, there's some things where it's just completely not his like problem, but no matter what it is, he looks at himself first. He looks at himself first with like, all right, like what can I do better to fix it? And he lets the team know. It's like, all right, what can I do better? Like what can the coaches do better? You know what I mean? So we're extremely happy and grateful, and we just feel like he's got our back for everything for sure.